Oh, good morning. It's happy Sunday morning. Today's call is pre-recorded because today's the last and final day of the Fitme Washington event. The Fitme events this year were an experiment. It was something that we wanted to do since last year, and we did it. And I can't even tell you how much of a special weekend both of these were. Having the team together this past week. Being in Maryland last month, this was the highlight for me of my year, getting to be with you, the Fitme family. And so I just wanted to share that. So tonight's call pre-recorded because I'll be live wrapping up the Fitme Washington event. And quick announcement, next week will also be pre-recorded because it's Halloween. Figure there's lots of stuff to do and going on. And so we'll do pre-recorded call next week for Halloween also. Sending out to you via the Fitme app. So, what we're going to talk about today, our target for this Sunday, we've got two things to talk about, to be honest. So first off, we've been talking about a goal between now and Thanksgiving. I challenged you a few weeks ago to set a short-term goal, something you could work towards. It didn't have to be something physical. It could be something that was restorative, something that is mindset-oriented, but something that you are working towards before Thanksgiving. And then last week we talked about action steps. So it's not just like having the goal, it's do you have clarity around your action steps? Do you understand what you're supposed to do each week to move you forward towards your goal? Or are you just saying, yeah, I'm going to do the goal and not actually breaking it down into small and doable steps? And so last week when we talked about action steps, this week I want to follow it up with accountability. And so that's going to be part one. And then part two, we're going to talk about candy, because we can't have this Sunday's call without at least acknowledging the fact that we're going to be surrounded by candy for at least the next 2 weeks. But let me first start with this concept of accountability, which accountability can sometimes sound like a negative word. It can sound like something where you are in trouble or you're going to be in trouble. But action and accountability go together. Action steps towards a goal and accountability go together. Because if you can reframe what accountability is, instead of thinking about like pass fail, thinking about it like check in, then you are going to be able to take your efforts towards your goal and build on them. And what I mean is, if we want to be in an all or nothing mindset and say like, well, I was supposed to do 10 miles this week towards my 70-mile goal, and I only got 3 miles in, I don't even want to check in with my coach because I didn't do what I'm supposed to do. That's very all or nothing mindset. Instead, if you think about accountability as my action step was to walk 10 minutes after every meeting this week. And I was able to do it these days, but I didn't do it these other days, which is why I didn't get to my mile goal. When you check in, if you think about accountability as a predefined check-in, then it's not pass fail. It's simply, here's what happened, here's where I got, and let's reassess what our action steps for the next week should be. So instead it's not like show and tell, like you're always supposed to be awesome and just show off to your coach so they can tell you great job. In fact, like that's what would you need a coach for if that was the case? What would you need a community for? You just do everything yourself. But we oftentimes have really strong intentions and then are not able to do something because things come up or things change, or maybe we struggled with it. And so thinking about accountability as a check-in rather than a pass-fail, thinking about accountability as something you can build on last week, thinking about accountability as not, if the answer is, did you do it, yes or no? Because that's what I told you guys last week. Like a good action step, you can actually answer that question. Did you do it, yes or no? And check the box. But did you do it, yes or no? If the answer is no, you're not done. You're like off the hook. If you still have that goal and it's still something that you want, then the answer no only means that you've got to regroup. It might mean you try it again, same strategy. It might mean you make a new strategy. Maybe that action step was too hard. You need to make a smaller action step. Maybe you did not foresee that there were going to be obstacles, but now you did. So now you can make a better plan to deal with those obstacles. And so the did you do it, yes or no, is not did you succeed or did you fail. And so you have to reframe accountability to feel like something very different than did you succeed or did you fail. It's what were you able to do that you set out to do, and why, and how should we build from here? And if you can detach the feelings from that, you'll save a lot of time, to be honest. Because what I've seen over and over and over again, and if you hear that sound, it's because the dog is chewing her bone underneath my feet. If you detach yourself from feeling so negative and frustrated for not being, quote, successful the first time, well, then you're going to save a significant amount of time, because the lag time that it takes people sometimes when they don't want to check in because they didn't do the thing can turn into 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months, even years. And I'm not kidding. All because of the wrong idea about accountability. Accountability is a check-in that you build on. That's what it is. It's a predefined, well understood moment in time that you are going to get to check in on what you set out to do. And you should not only have clarity around your action steps each week, you should have clarity around your accountability. What are you doing to share or check in? What is the predefined way that you and your coach are going to touch base on your action steps, on your goal? So think about it this way. If you have a goal of, let's keep with the walking, you have a goal of you wanted to walk 10 miles this week. Well, one of the accountability may be just checking in next week saying, hey, I'm going to send you that Marco Polo on Monday and let you know what I got. That could be one way. Another way you could create accountability would be to record it in your app. So each time that you go out and you do your 10-minute walk, you're recording it. And then you know your coach is going to see it. Check in that box. It feels good. It's like, okay, yep, I'm doing it. This is a predefined way that I am going to account for what I'm doing. It's not pass or fail. It's simply a way to check in. It might be something like shooting your coach a message or tagging a friend. Like maybe you have an accountability buddy and you're like, hey, when I get this thing done, I'm going to tag you in the picture. That's accountability. You've defined it. And that is key to the action steps being effective, because oftentimes our action steps just get messed up, and that's okay. There is no judgment. But when that messed up turns into pass fail, when it turns into guilt or shame or frustration rather than information, then that's where we get into trouble. It's not necessarily the success of the action step. It's the feelings around it when things don't go our way. So your target this week, again, building off of your goals from the past couple of weeks, is you should have clarity around your action steps each week. You should have clarity around your accountability. So today is Sunday. Tomorrow you should be sending your coach on Monday your Marco Polo, telling them what your intentions are for the week. If you need help with anything, how you're doing towards your goal, maybe check in on your action steps from last week and then define your action steps for this week. And your coach will help you create the accountability. So together you guys define those and then you create how you're going to check in on it. And you're going to be one step further towards your goal. So that's your homework for the week. And then side note, it's candy week. So you may find yourself surrounded by candy all this week, all next week, all the week after. Now, we're not going to say don't have candy. I'm just going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to say that having candy all around you is hard. It's like the obvious, right? So one of the most simple ways that you can not eat candy, if you don't want to eat candy, and again, if you want to eat it, eat it. It's your choice. But if you don't want to eat candy this week, or you don't want to eat candy all week, right? Maybe you want to eat a piece of candy, but you don't want to eat candy all week, is remove it from your eyesight. Put it somewhere you're not going to see it. If you've got it in your house to give away to kids, throw that joke jokers in the freezer so you don't look at it all week. If you have it at work and it's sitting on the desk, move that candy bowl. Get it out of your eyesight. Move it to somebody else's desk. You can use that simple boundary just to help your frame. Now, the second thing I want you to do, other than get it out of your eyesight, is actually think about what kind of candy you even like. Because I'll tell you what, Halloween gives you this giant bag of bullshit, to be honest. And most of it, you're like, oh, I didn't like that one. But then you keep eating it because it's sugar. And they've engineered this candy to be like the kind of thing you keep eating. Hold on, I'm going to chase this dog away. Rosie, go. Rosie. Sorry, you guys are hearing the bone sound. Define what candy you're even into. So if you are all about the Butterfinger, then wait to get a Butterfinger. Get a Butterfinger on Halloween. And the rest of it, just leave it alone. If you are all about getting, I don't know what kind of candy, sweet tarts or like Smarties, then get your Smarties. And the rest of it, don't even mess with it. Leave it alone. And so it's not don't have it. It's create boundaries. Create the boundaries that you want. Create the boundaries that help you feel best. Because if you eat candy all day, you're not going to feel your best. So create those boundaries, be firm about them, and choose something that you actually enjoy and leave the rest alone. Because it's not for you and you don't even want it. So that's my Sunday message for you this week. I am looking forward to seeing all of you guys this week in the Facebook group, on Marco Polo, on the app. Keep up the incredible work towards your goals. If you need anything, reach out to your coach. And I will talk to you guys again next week. And I'll see you soon. Bye.